So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Mercury and Venus in the sixth house of your horoscope. As in, what happens when Mercury and Venus are in the sixth house. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this particular position, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details, for that, check out the links here, KRSastrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where especially right now I'm teaching Nadi astrology, and I've already uploaded now, just in the last 4 days, 6 or 7 videos on combinations, dealing with all kinds of combinations. Like I'm even gonna put more combinations video because there's so many scenarios that people will have question with. I'll just put all of those things up. So, Mercury, Venus in the sixth. So this, again, nothing is set in stones. This has its pros, this has its cons. Okay, now on the first hand, you will see that Mercury and Venus is like Vishnu and Lakshmi coming together. Right? It is Buddha Narayan or Lakshmi Narayan Yoga. Do you notice how it's called Buddha Narayan Yoga? But it just, I gotta remember, it's Lakshmi Narayan Yoga. Okay, so it's a great yoga for somebody to flourish through business, through communication, through sales, through marketing. One attains wealth through marriage, but at the same time, with the sixth house, one can also attain big debts through marriage. Now, again, that's very subjective. Because what if after marriage, you finally are able to get a loan to purchase your big house? You finally are able to purchase get a loan to buy your car. While before you weren't being approved. So in a way, it's really good. On the other hand, yeah, if it goes overboard, you may have too much debt that you can't pay and you could be filing for bankruptcy. So you have to understand the subjectiveness of debts and loans. And also you will see, because sixth house is a house of disputes, fights, arguments, enemies, of course, it shows that your spouse is going to, especially in the male side, your spouse is going to be your enemy from past life who was your friend first. Especially if, let's say, Mercury has a lower degree, Venus has a higher degree. They were your friends and then they became enemies. And especially that fight happened due to borrowed money or loss of money. So now you're here to, again, work those same things out, but instead it's going to be in terms of marriage. Regardless of man or woman, Venus is the karka of marriage. You can't just say, well, okay, in my chart, I'm only going to look at Venus because I'm a male, or I'm going to look at Mars because I'm a female, or Jupiter. Well, those are just separative elements, like actual who they are. But if you're talking about marriage, it's like, again, I posted the video, right, of combination of Nandi Nadi here on YouTube. And what is the first thing I said? Why and what? Why am I talking about this? I'm talking about marriage. Who am I going to look at? What am I going to look at in terms of marriage? It's going to be Venus, first and foremost. Okay? And one of the things you will also see is that when Mercury, Venus are in the sixth house, a person gains tremendously by selling many, many things at a lower profit. When you sell many things at a lower profit, it kind of works out in your favor. One becomes very good with accounting, logistics, okay, dealing with all the accounts payables and accounts receivables. On the other hand, if let's say Jupiter and Sun are also involved in this particular mix-up, then person can actually go towards fields of medicine and healthcare. And a sign may tell you which type of healthcare. Like, for example, with Leo, they may go towards pediatrics. With Libra, they may go for Libra, Virgo, gastric, gastric issues and gastric surgeries, especially if Mars gets also involved. But especially in a man's chart, you will see that most of the expenses in marriage happens due to spouse's travel. wife's travel is going to be one of the expenses that you will deal with, or expenses related to sister. Maybe your sister has a great desire to go Europe. She's not able to work, and you're like, you know what? I gotta send my sister to Europe. I'm now making money. So you give her money, buy her a ticket. So expenses related to sisters, expenses related to spouse, including maternal aunts and uncles, will take place here. Then on the other hand, especially post-marriage, this individual will start donating tremendous amount of money. And the thing is, especially in a male's chart, wife is going to make you donate money. And by giving money away, you eliminate your enemies, you eliminate your health issues, you eliminate your debts. There's something with marriage. And especially, you will see this particular conjunction become alive at the age of 30. Age of 30. And I believe 24th year. Yeah, 24th and 30th year, this conjunction becomes active. Okay, and including actually I have to recalculate that. I know it's 24, 30, and there's another age, it's either 39th year or 40th year, I have to see. It's just simple, you have to look at the difference between the Mercury and Venus. Okay, but the other thing we also see with Mercury and Venus is that this person, naturally, because these two planets are conjunct, they become hopeless romantic, and especially there will be at one point interest towards some colleague. So even if, let's say, you had an arranged marriage, before marriage you would have had some major interest in a colleague, somebody who was working in the same field as you or working within the same office as you. And also, spouse may deal with digestive issues, constipation, especially if Ketu gets involved. Okay. So anyway, I hope this has helped. There are many things we can discuss here, but of course, you have to look at every other thing out there with the zodiac signs, with nakshatra, and of course, some things should only be discussed in a private setting, not like open YouTube and social media settings. I'm starting to realize that for sure. So anyway, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos. And if you want to know everything about your chart, you can check out the links here, or also my Nandi Nadi course, which is the easiest form of astrology out there, the easiest. You'll find that on Magha Vedic Astrology Academy. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.